I'm delighted that Australia is going to be on the moon and, be exploring and part of the international venture that's there. For a young Aussie to be able to see that, hey, we are part of this. If I want to fly in space, I don't necessarily have to leave Australia like their predecessors have. I can be an Australian explorer.
Chris, you've had a space career that is the thing of dreams, and now you've written a space thriller. Can you tell me how much of it is based in reality and what you've experienced?
The majority of the book is true. In fact, I think probably 90% of the things that occur in this fiction, thriller, are things that actually happened. And over half of the characters in it are real people, either still alive or have passed away. So that made it really fun to kind of weave this twisted plot in amongst all of this reality.
We all know that there are risks that come with space exploration. Your job has put you in some pretty extreme situations. Can you give me a bit of a feel about how dangerous it is?
The most dangerous thing I've ever done was my first space shuttle launch. We can statistically look at my odds of dying that day, that November day, and they were like 1 in 38 over a 9-minute period. So those are odds that you shouldn't take lightly. And so my fundamental motivation was, I think exploring and understanding the rest of the universe is worth taking a risk for. I would never bungee jump, because there's just, what is the point? I don't need to just titillate my nerve endings. Training your entire life to be able to operate an extremely complex machine that pushes back the edges of our understanding of Earth and the universe and exploration itself, to me, that's the grand human adventure.
Beautiful, just beautiful.
And I was inspired as a kid by science fiction and the original space explorers.
There you go.
It turned out to be better than I dreamed it would be. And I'm still alive. So it was a risk that I took in a measured way.
You also advise companies like SpaceX and Virgin Galactic, both of which have had flights in this year alone. How do you reflect on the commercial space endeavor?
This is an advent of technology that is opening up not just the lower parts of space, but Earth orbit and everything that lies beyond. And that's the exciting part. I'm just amazed that within a 6-week period this summer, 3 different companies, all of them 20 years old, but 3 different companies managed to take tourists up into space for the very first time. After all those years, it all came down to one 6-week period this summer. And it's kind of a door kicked open now that isn't going to be closed.